Hi. Wow. What a powerful day. What a powerful month this has been. I just wanted to drop in today for a little bit just to really touch these energies together as a group. Hey, Tomas. I've been coming on here a lot to share about Dark Times Catering and to go through that experience of really looking at the nourishment that brings us through these times of great change and hardship, and also just the times that stretch us and bring us to our capacity, right? Like there has to be sustenance and nourishment and connection and support to get through these times. And so that is a lot about what this book is about. That's why it's called Dark Times Catering. And and so we did 7 days of really following that thread. We're going to do another 7 days. We're going to do 30 days worth of that. And we're going to get back into that. But I really wanted to touch into this amazing energy we're in with Pluto in Aquarius going direct. The energy I've been tracking around me and within me and with other people. This is a very profound day. Even the change of energetic signature, right? The way we used to really think of this as Columbus Day, it's really been reclaimed as Indigenous Peoples Day. I'm feeling very moved right now. I was just seeing the hostages in Israel being returned to their families, and there's still so much destruction and wreckage and devastation. And something I was really thinking about over the weekend, I was at a friend's birthday party, and I facilitated like a birthday blessing with the Akashic records. And one of the messages and one of the pieces of that activation that really has stayed with me since that time was while we were in the Akashic field, it was like we were all really tuned into our network and our connection. Like we were these big trees and all of our roots were touching. And we each connected to some blessings. First, really, we connected to being someone who is here to be a blessing and being someone who can see the blessings that are available for not just for ourselves, of course ourselves too, but for other people too. Like that is part of what it is to be a blessing in the world, right? To be able to come into a room or a community or a space and bring a presence where you hold the frequency of blessing, you hold the frequency of seeing the blessings for others, seeing what's possible for others. And once we were in that field, we then connected to really seeing our friend's year, and that each one of us was meant to see some blessings for her, so to see some things that are meant to come into her year, and then really hold that in ourselves and really have the medicine and the experience of being a holder of blessings for someone else. And it's like each one of us saw a couple things for her year. And before we went into sharing that or reflecting or telling her, just like actually sitting with being a blessing holder for our friend's year, for the year, like holding these blessings for her, holding these intentions for her for the year, and how profoundly healing and powerful that is to hold blessings for others inside of ourselves. Even during tough times, maybe especially during tough times. And so I'm thinking about that today because it was so moving and beautiful to see the reunion of families who like probably were prepared to never see each other again. And we also know the wreckage, right? The devastation, the trepidation, the holding our breath, that and also what's going on in America right now as well. And it's like, and this is part of the nourishment, right? And this is part of the sustenance. And this is part of how we move through a life and we move through these tumultuous times, is like when there is a blessing, when there is something beautiful, when there is a reunion, when there is the beginning of healing for a family, for another person, for someone else in this, our network of human beings who are here and living on the planet. It's like, let yourself witness it, let yourself receive it, let yourself feel their blessing. Let yourself hold the blessing for them in your heart. And like that is part of the nourishment that continues us forward, right? Like we have to be willing to perceive the beauty and the blessings that are here. And so I'm really noticing that. I'm noticing a lot of people in my social network, extended network, clients, just what I'm observing. Like I'm just noticing a lot of that. Like people really holding the blessing for others and creating an opportunity to bless others. And I wonder if you're noticing that, or if that might be inspiring to you, or there might be a way you would let yourself be touched and be inspired by a miracle happening for someone else, by something beautiful happening for someone else. So that's kind of like one piece of the energy I was really feeling that I wanted to share. And the nourishment, so I guess we are kind of working with the book in that way. And the nourishment of that like when we can celebrate and, when we can celebrate others and like witness others and, truly want to hold a blessing for someone else, like we become someone who can perceive what's possible for ourselves and for others. And like, we just start to all be blessings in the world, in the space, in the moment. And, I bring that up a lot. I really think like that's our only job, actually. Like it can just be that simple. Like our day job and our after work job could just be to be a blessing. And imagine what that's like. Hey, Kathy, Steph, great to see you all here. Imagine what that would be like, right? If we were all just like kind of always devotionally holding that, like, I'm here to be a blessing. Let's see what that looks like today. So, that's a nourishment piece. That's the nourishment piece. So we did weave in the book today. And then the other thing I really wanted to touch on is, we're in this Pluto in Aquarius going direct. We know we're in the Aquarian age. This is something I've thought about a lot. My friend and colleague, Pavan, and I have done some podcasts about this, like really moving into the Aquarian age and like what that actually is and looks like. And I have a lot of Aquarius placements. And so like, it's something I've always thought about a lot. It can be hard to be in the Aquarian energy and to see something before the world is ready for it, or to be interested in something before the support and understanding is really there. And the other piece of that is like the community aspect, right? Aquarian energy, I think we're all here with a gift for this Aquarian age that we're in for the next 20 years. We all have something where we haven't been totally understood, totally felt, totally seen, and yet there's been something in each one of our lives that we've been quietly working away on, quietly connecting to, quietly understanding. And it's actually something that's a gift for our own unique path and energy. And it's also going to be a gift for the world. Like, I do really feel that. Speaking of that blessing energy, right? Like, I do really feel that all of us have been quietly sort of working on something that wasn't always understood. And it's just kind of been something that maybe we do in our mind or in our off time, or it's a way we've been living or thinking or understanding something. And we are finally in the timeline where it can be received. We are finally in the Aquarian timeline where the gift we've been working on, we've been refining, we've been developing, can finally be received. And that is a blessing for the world, and it's a blessing for us. It feels good to share that that experience. And so I'm feeling that. That's a lot of the work I do with my private clients, is like we really look at the gifts they've been in development and cultivation with, and like the themes of their life. And we start to really get clear on the story and how they can share and offer that and feel received in the world. So I do also feel that excitement of like, wow, there's this theme about being a blessing, holding a blessing for others, letting yourself be blessed by other people's miracles and good fortune, and knowing that like when you're perceiving that and looking for that and feeling that in the world, like we just can create more. There's this element of we're really now in that Aquarian energy, in this Aquarius age, where we're finally ready for each other's genius. We're finally ready to be connected to each other in a new way, which is also why I keep getting a very clear message from the Akashic field to like, I know there's a lot of scary, unacceptable things happening right now, but like, the message I keep getting, and I'll just give it to myself, but you know, you can take it for you if you want to. It's like, do not keep saying the words of like, we've seen this before, and now this is what happens next. And in these sort of situations or infrastructures, this will be what happens next. No, we're in the Aquarian age. This is an unprecedented time. We have never had access to each other like this before. We have never had access to technology and to connecting to each other like this before. We have all been in development of certain gifts and knowledge and skills and technology that the world is ready for, that we are ready for, that other people are ready for. So yeah, that's another big piece I want to weave in about this October energy. And then the other thing that I've really been noticing, so it's been I've had some old friends in town in Asheville, and then I've also been, it's been my other friend's birthday who lives here locally. So I'm like, was very inspired by the blessing piece. And actually this other really cool thing about this party was my friend got a stage and a microphone and was like, what I love to do is feel seen, and I want other people to feel seen. Like that is her gift. That is what she's been cultivating for the Aquarian age, is like different ways to be seen and to like want that just as much for other people. And like in the end, each one of us actually just like took the stage with the mic and just shared like something that was very alive. And this is what I mean again. It's like we're ready to know each other differently. So if you've been feeling unknown or unseen, if there's parts of yourself you haven't been able to access, if there's parts of yourself you haven't known how to felt accessible with or share with others, like there is something changing where we're able to do that. And then I also have some old friends in town, and that's really fun. And it's so fun to be starting a new chapter and have people who have known you for a really long time, like kind of witness that. And we've just, when you're with good friends, the energy starts moving and you get into conversations and share things. And I've just noticed in general with people I work with and my friends and myself, like I just have so many big changes happening at the same time. Myself, there's just been a lot of emotion flowing and a lot of endings. There's a lot of endings happening because to have all these blessings, to be in this unprecedented time, and even today, right? Major ending, right? Major ending in this 2-year cycle that's actually much longer. And of course, we know there's much more to do ahead of it, but major ending point today of things being a certain way. And when we're coming into endings, we do have to have these climaxes where it's like, this has gotten to a level, where there's no way to continue this way. And new creativity and new ways of connecting, man, I'm thinking of Portland right now as I think about that, is coming forward, right? And so we've been in this sort of joke, my friend and I, we love to come up with catchphrases when we're together. And we keep our catchphrase all week and has been drop it. Like, how you would say that to a dog if it's like a dog has something in its mouth it's not supposed to have and you're just like, drop it. We just like started saying that and now we can't stop saying it and laughing because that is the third thread I wanted to weave in today of what I feel happening in October and this sort of climactic moment today as Pluto and Aquarius comes in of just like, we're really in the peak of this energy today. And it's like coming into this to be the blessing, to create in an unprecedented way, to really finally experience the way we're ready for each other in a way we haven't been before. And we're ready to experience each other's gifts in a way we hadn't been before this. It's like we can't come into a new location and expect the old, and I'm sure you know this, right? And hey, Arvella, good to see you. we can't expect like the old behaviors to work all that well in a new location. And sometimes we don't even know it. Like, and I'll just bring myself now into this for a minute. It's like been really interesting because I'm in this new time in my life. And in some ways, I'm leaving this role of being like the family storyteller and a caregiver and a representative in a way that's really been going on for 7 years, right? So it's like there's this way I'm moving here and I'm like kind of leaving that identity. And there's also a way I've had to live in particular for the last couple years of this family journey and project that just like actually can't work in this new location. Like there's a way I've been a caregiver. There's a way I've been like hovering and attuning. There's a way I've like tried not to need too much, you know, or had to kind of table some of my needs or desires for a while. And listen, we all go through times, whether or not, you know, there's obviously always a lot of teachings about being in your desire, but I think we all go through experiences where there might be a season where some things of your life aren't necessarily activated. Some parts of your essence and your being aren't fully out and possible, or you decide to kind of put them in storage for a little bit. And then it's time to bring them back out. And when we bring these aspects of ourselves back out, it can be a little rusty. And, you know, I'm definitely having that experience. I'm just seeing that like there's a way I've been that was part of how what I just did worked. And then I got here and there's like all this energy that's been, I could bring out of storage so that I could take massive action in the last 3 weeks. And it's like, I have a house now and I have, the book is out and like, you know, whatever it is, I suddenly just feel like I've lived here forever. I was never someone that comfortable driving. I'm just like driving on the highways in the mountains. Like I'm having this whole new experience, and that's very cool. And then I'm seeing these patterns that like just cannot continue. And so if we are going to make this an unprecedented time, and we are going to make this a time where like, no, this is not a recreation. No, we are not duplicating things. No, like we are seeing loud patterns and things clearly need to end, but like, how does that actually not become more of the same? Like we are going to have to drop it, you know? So when we start to see that we're bringing old behaviors and old beliefs and old ways of being into these circumstances, it's like, well, that's how it's going to continue to be the same. We've got to show up in a new way. And the Aquarian part of this is like, how do we figure out that we're doing it? Like, how do we realize we're in the old patterns? How do we realize like we're going to create in a non-Aquarian, non-innovative, non-unprecedented way? Like it really takes community. And that's that like final Aquarian piece, right? Like it really takes community. Like that's how I'm figuring out what's going on right now. That's how I'm seeing where my behaviors need to change. That's how I've been able and to like, you know, shed some tears and let some things move, or have people shed some tears with me and let some things move. It's like, that's how it's going to look different, community. And I think we're really seeing that in the public sphere and in our personal lives. That's how we drop it. That's how we finally drop it. We have to get the feedback and the reflection and the support of community. And we have to let people become our community. And we have to identify with being part of a community in a different way than we've been calling community for the last several years. Because if we are community in a way that creates dehumanization and divisiveness, like, I don't know, I don't think that's the community that is the Aquarian Age community, right? So it's like, we're kind of on the right track. The technology and the experiences of the world have created these ideas of clusters of people in support of certain ideas and in support of each other. But now we kind of need to turn it on its head a little bit. so that it stops being us versus them, right? And I think that's what we're headed towards with the energy of October. So I want to drop us into the energy before we complete, but those were the threads. That being able to celebrate the blessings for others, being able to hold the blessings for others, being able to see the blessings that are possible for others and for ourselves, and to let other people reflect blessings back to us, lets us be in the only job I think we're here to have, which is to be a blessing on this planet. And that in itself is its own nourishment that allows us to move on and move forward and get to the next stage, right? And then we need community, and we're ready for each other in a new way now. We're in this Aquarian time. We're ready to see each other differently. We're ready to be seen differently. We're ready for the gift you've been developing and cultivating to be ready for the Aquarian age for this next 20 years. I mean, that's, as I said, and feel free to DM me, but that's a lot of what the work I do with people one-on-one is like, what have you actually been in development with? And how can we bring that out into the world? And if you are not sure what it is, I promise you've been working on something to bring into this Aquarian age. And sometimes we need some support to just bring the threads together and tell the story. Look at the details, go drop in with the energy, get the story beneath the story and that top layer story. And then you get some clarity on what this 20-year cycle is really going to be about for you. And it's a culmination of many things you've been working on until this point. I guarantee you have something very special to offer to this time, to contribute to this time, to participate in this time with and as. Yes, and then there's some things we got to drop to be in this unprecedented time. So if you like that, I just have been cracking up when my friend and I have been doing that. But if you are realizing you're in the pattern, you can just tell yourself, drop it. Or you can have people in your life where, we're there for each other and we're going to support the reflections as community to help each other really come into this time so that it is an unprecedented time. It isn't a repeat. Okay, we're going to go into the energy. And I will just share that if you are really feeling drawn to these sort of ideas and feelings and you're relating to it, this is my book, Dark Times Catering. I know it's backwards. I'm not going to flip the camera right now, but I'll put a link to it. This is one of my Aquarian Age offerings for sure. And it's a culmination of being a writer for a very long time and finally allowing a full raw story to come through and a heroine's journey story. It's been really great. A lot of you have been messaging me and are in the middle of the book, and you are all welcome to come to an opening ceremony on October 21st for the book. So if you haven't gotten the book yet, or you're not sure about it, or you've been reading it, I'd love to have you there, and we'll really go into the energy together and really connect to your frequency of Dark Times Catering and this initiation journey. And yeah, that's the other part of this type of energy of finally being someone we haven't been before. What is that? To be unprecedented, to finally allow things to culminate and climax and become someone we haven't been before, that we couldn't be before now. That is also the energy of initiation. And I am part of a curated group experience that'll be this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with Perry Chase, who's a dear friend of mine and is a feminine energy and wisdom teacher. And she curated this kind of group experience. So there'll be a nice, interesting group of women sharing their initiation path. And you can have a real felt, deep, energetic experience. And there will be someone who you feel is reflecting your story and your initiation back to you. Mine is called Death, Mold, and the Mystery. And that'll be Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's about the initiation that mold and grief and death, and they're kind of all the same thing. There's very, very parallel energetics to mold and mold illness and mold damage in homes and the experience of death and loss and grief. And they oftentimes intersect. at the same time, they will find sorry, they will find you. So yeah, that's in it. That's going to be my initiation transmission. So if you've been touched by loss or by mold, a lot of people are starting to realize they've had mold issues, or, you know, we've just had a lot of natural disasters that have brought mold into people's lives. You know, and now we're all becoming more aware of like the impact of that. And I still feel it's a very profound medicine that you are meant to interact with if you do. And there's a way to not be totally victimized and collapsed by that. Like there's actually a way to experience it as medicine and as a blessing. And we will talk about that Friday at 7. So I will put the links for both initiation and Dark Times Catering in the bottom of this video. But yeah, I had some energy brewing that I wanted to share and offer with you today. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you are feeling the shift, the ability to be a blessing, the ability to be seen and to see in a new way, and the ability to drop something that just cannot be part of this. And I do hope you allow your community to help you get there and to help you drop it, because we're not meant to do it alone. And that's how we know what's happening, when people support and reflect and relate with us. So we will be getting back into like the super clear day 8 and 9 and 10 of the Dark Times Catering adventure, but there's just a lot of energy to weave in October, and I wanted to create space for all of it. So before we complete, let's just drop in together. Breathing in some space and some possibility. And just putting some awareness on your heart. And the thing I'm really feeling to ask you as you put some awareness at the heart is, what do you really love to do? First thought, best. That's it. And are you letting yourself do it? What do you really love to do? And are you letting yourself do it? And whatever the answer is great. And if you're not, if you feel like the answer is no, how could I let myself do it for the second half of this month? And if you don't know how, can I be open to seeing opportunities to do what I love, to be woven into the rest of this month, where suddenly I realize I'm doing the thing I love in a situation, in an interaction, in a relationship, in my environment. I suddenly have the opportunity to do what I love. Am I open to receiving that? And if you are, just breathing that in. I'm open to receiving a way to do what I love. And if you're already doing what you love, how do I want to amplify that? If I knew I could do it, how would I amplify doing what I love? And just hold that for a second. Hold the amplification of what you're already doing, and now just like letting it get a little brighter, a little bigger, a little bit more how you really dream of it. And let's just hold that here. And now just feeling that energy expand to all of us. May we all do what we love. not what we feel we have to, we should, we are validated by, we survive because of. The true, pure essence of being here on this planet at this time and like truly being in the action of doing something we really love. Just holding that vision for all of us. And for the next several breaths, we're just going to like hold, breathe, relax, open, imagining a world where everyone gets to do what they truly love, what their soul and their deepest being and the truest part of them in their heart truly loves. And again, that's different than, is validated by, survives, all of that, right? Like just pure love, being in the action of something that we truly love. And we hold that vision, knowing that this is where our gifts are. This is where community is found. This is how we are a blessing. And when we hold that vision for others to do what they truly love, this is how we bless others. And this is also how we drop the bullshit, and we drop the things that are hurting us, and we drop the things that are keeping us from being who we've been cultivating and creating and becoming exactly for this time, the Aquarian Age. And this is how you get to know who you really are. We get to know who we really are when we're doing what we really, really love. And there is a way to do that for each one of us. And we're holding that vision for several more breaths. As you breathe in, receiving every opportunity possible for you to do what you really love. As you exhale out, sending that intention out for all of us. Envisioning the peace and the kindness. Envisioning what could be eradicated when people are a commitment to doing what they really love. And just setting that intention that the rest of this month, you will really connect with that, commit to that, to doing what you really love, understanding it as a blessing for the world, as a blessing for yourself, and as the way that we really create an unprecedented time on the planet. More and more and more of us actually doing what we came here to do, which is be a blessing and do what we really love and cultivate that. So just feeling that land in your life for the rest of the month, knowing that whatever we needed to do, hey, how are you? Hey, Diaz. Knowing that whatever we needed to clear, we've cleared. Whatever we needed to bring in and receive from this time together, we've received. Sending gratitude out to the energy, to the technology, to our community. Sending gratitude out that there has been a miracle and blessings for people in our world today, even as the world goes through what it's going through. Letting yourself feel gratitude for that. Letting yourself feel gratitude for something in your own life, being blessed with the gratitude. Knowing the work will continue For now, we're breathing back into existence, the door between worlds, and the records are closed. And this energy is complete. And so it is. All right. So good to jump on here. I'm pretty tired, but you know what? I really felt so energized coming into this field and being with you here live or recorded. The energy is here together. So yeah, thank you for having this experience with me. And I will put the links for the book and the experience we'll be having for the book on October 21st. And then this weekend, if you want to join initiation. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Diaz. Yeah, sometimes when you come into a live stream, you know, at whatever time, I feel like we all always end up just like, we needed that little segment. So I'm glad to see you here. And yeah, and if you are interested in the initiation experience that's happening this weekend, I'll put the link to that. And my part of it will be on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And you can do that wherever you are. And yeah, Perry is powerful. It's going to be a really cool experience. And that's it. Oh, and also if you were really feeling connected to what I was sharing that I do with clients and really supporting my clients to like get really clear on what they've been cultivating for this timeline and for this season and this 20-year era, their gift they're here to bring and experience and live, you are welcome to book a consultation with me. We can talk more about what that looks like to work with myself and the Akashic Records and create some really, really powerful outcomes in your life. Okay, thank you. Thank you for being a blessing in your community, and thank you for blessing me with your presence for this time together, and we will talk very soon. Thanks.